What's up? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and this is a quick review of the X Drone Cyclone. I guess this is part of X Drone's racing series of quadcopters. That's what they say on the box. But I have been really searching for these little quads since we've been on quarantine and everything. And so I found this one, and I was happy to see that it didn't have altitude hold. So the left stick, the throttle stick, doesn't have auto centering. And so I was pretty excited about this little guy, thinking that, it's a little different from the other Whoop clones or whatnot. Because of this space in here, it has in between the hoops there. So I was thinking that it was rather unique, and I wanted to try it out. And to my disappointment, this guy doesn't fly very well. I think it's a combination of it being heavy and the motor's not being very powerful. This guy doesn't fly around with as much authority as I would like. It kind of flies weak on its turns, and when it does flips, it's not really easily recovering. It's just a little weak when you fly it. And definitely outdoors. I flew this thing outdoors, and I was having a lot of trouble with the flips. I was having a lot of trouble with wind. I mean, that's a given with these hoops on it, but I mean, it was having major problems with the wind, and to the point where it was barely even able to stay up in the air after a flip or just a hard turn or whatnot. It was just, going down to the ground. I was losing it a lot. And so not really a great flyer. It even has problems with flips indoors. The transmitter is just like the normal transmitter for the CX-10 and most of these little brushed quads. They have this little transmitter here, and this one is no different from those. It actually has there's another thing actually about this. I don't know if it's the programming built in it, but this transmitter here feels just like the CX-10's transmitter and all, but it seems like this has larger dead spots in the middle. Towards the middle of the stick, you have a lot of dead space there. And what I mean by that is, in case you guys don't know what that is, it'll take a while before it actually registers with the quad that you're giving it input. So I would say you'll get to about there before it actually starts reacting. So all of this space in the middle is dead space, up or down, on either side. And so that makes for robotic flying, robotic controls. It feels like it's not really smooth, not a whole lot of resolution in the controls. So, and all, this one isn't a good one. I would steer clear from this one, even for beginners. I was thinking that these quads are always great for beginners, but not if the controls are a little off. So the controls aren't tight enough on this little quad. It did come with this little battery here. This is a 220 milliamp hour battery, 1S LiPo, of course, and it has this micro low-C connector on it there, and it is removable. That was another good thing about it, that the battery was removable, but all those other bad things about it just messed it all up for me. So it came with these extra props here, basic tiny Whoop props there. And we have a screwdriver here. The instructions are in here. There's a coupon in there, 30% free shipping on all RC spare parts. But too bad this thing just doesn't fly very well. And that's the box there. It came with this charger here, USB port on the end. I guess I'll take it up in the air and show you guys how it flies. So we got some fresh batteries. So let's take off with this guy. Looks like we got a little bit of a drift. Let's look at the yaw. That's just yaw. Let's look at it again. That's the yaw. We're on low rate. And this is side flying aileron. Forward flight. Check it out. So let's try flip early in the flight. There it is. Try another flip. There you go. Lost a little bit of altitude. So it's not as bad as outdoors. Outdoors, this thing is terrible during flips. But here, you can at least recover. I was touching the ground outdoors during flips with this guy. So let's try to up the rate. We're on second rate now. Let's look at the yaw. So the yaw actually isn't that bad. And the pitch isn't that bad. It's the side flying aileron. Forward flight. Forward flight here. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but it feels a little robotic, and it's looking a little robotic in its flight. And that's because of the dead space in the transmitter. And so let's look at the yaw again. So not a bad yaw at all. We're on third rate now. So let's try the yaw. It's a really nice yaw. We have good pitch on it. Our side flying aileron, this is forward and backwards. Forward and backwards flying, we're doing, whoa. Let's try to do a funnel real quick. So that's the best funnel you can get there. And it's going down on the funnel. Let's try some flips now. And see what I'm talking about. This thing has a hard time recovering from flips. It's going all the way down to the flips. Yeah, we touched the rub that time. So not really a good recoverer, and we're out of battery already, and this was a freshly charged battery. So not a long flight time at all, especially with flips, and it's going down. I'm having problems keeping it in the air. So don't think of doing any manual flips with this guy at all. It doesn't recover well. I think it's because of how heavy it is. We're going to fly it till it drops though. So let's just fly it around. Shouldn't be long. Let's try some bumping around, I guess. So the prop guard does this job and all. Oh man, vortex ring state. It went straight down really fast. Oh, trying to keep it up. Okay. So yeah, so this guy suffers from vortex ring state a lot. It has a hard time recovering from flips and all. Outdoors, the slightest wind or breeze can actually take this thing down. And so it's really not a great flyer. I would steer clear of this one, guys. There's dead space, and a lot of dead space in the controls and all. This one is just a bad one. And it went down. That was a forced landing. And it's not giving me any response at all. I guess you guys get the hint. The X-Drone Cyclone. Thanks for watching.